Hello, Divine Sunshiners. Stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, Namago. Hello, Divine Sunshiners. Before I go into back into my lesson plans for what's happening with me and work, I wanted to do this instead of me doing. I could hear CPN Texas saying that you can pretty much at this point do it without the cards, which is true. And I think in some ways that's why, and sometimes I'm kind of with the cards. It's in the mood for to do it, and sometimes it's like not so much. And I kind of like, you see that even that variety on my channel where I like to talk. And so today I really am feeling that instead of me doing a card as far as your steps, I will do actually a talk in the channel message to you. We are now, this is for the divine masculines, and then I'll put the divine feminines on the other one. But right now with the times that we're in, and I think I misheard, because October really they're telling me is more so is harvest time, and I just wrote down what they told me November is, and November is restoring the balance. Okay. What's happening for the month of October? We know we got this new moon which happened here in Aries, and Aries is about action, and Aries is a masculine sign, and it's all about forward movement, getting it done, don't have the patience, not waiting to cross your T's or dot your I's. It's just like, I got to do it. Understanding that when we're in the masculine, ask my guides, as long as we are in the masculine energies, we know we're about that goal. I'm gonna say it's all about that base, no trouble. It's about really getting down to right now, what is the basis, or like they say, what's the results based orientated? What's the results? The bottom line, let's put it that way. The bottom line as far as actions. Masculine energies, and that goes in the feminine and the masculine, the male and the female in the divine masculine. We're talking about how are we expressing what is going on with us as far as manifesting things in our world in material. It's more the action, the outward. How is it coming out outwardly? Source and spirit, through all these energies that's going on, especially astrologically, we are being led to now. It's like, in our actions, is this truly being true to who we are? We're getting to the point, this like harvest time, we're separating the wheat from the shaft. What things are good, what things are no longer suits us, and I'm seeing threes all over the place, which is again truly getting in alignment with source, truly getting in alignment with who we are and what we want. We are now being called right now during this time, harvest time in October, again, is what have we been putting within ourselves that we have been expressing on the outside that really truly aligns with what we want to be as divines. Source is now making it, and it's a pressure cooker. Like I said, harvest time. It's a lot of things they saying. When I was saying, I said, okay, harvest time, what you mean? And it's like some of the stuff that you harvesting is good, and some things is bad collectively. Some of these things that been put up, and we've got to get it out of you. You've got to get out. They're asking you again, and I've seen several readings that I have done, and it keeps on talking about the divine masculine being pressed like a diamond. I had it on this one, and I had the male energy, even on the other one, divine matters of the heart, was talking about again the diamond. And I said, I already came up with that title. We back on this again, and so again it was like, yes, because it's getting pressed. Like I said, like wine. He said, they go to confirmation. Like wine, like olive oil is pressed to get all of that information, all that stuff that no longer serves you out. We're talking about these karmic cycles and things of that nature. And I know the divine feminines, most majority of you all that are on here are looking to see about what's going on with the divine masculine. And you are at the point also giving up. I could tell because I've said this channel was about the divine masculine energies. I could see evidence of you all that are giving up on the journey. Say it's too much. And I have to also say, just like David, the soul mission, saying, when you do that, you're giving up on yourself as well. But again, this is what? This is a teachable planet. This is free will also reigns here too as well. But I will also press upon you to, if some of you all know that you have came really far, I would say again for you to kind of still to keep on, like here Tupac say, keep your head up and just keep on going the course with that. It's very key that us, even in females or masculine, or males in the divine masculine, that they really want, they're going to shake it up. They're going to press on you that you got to get rid of those things. You've got to get to the point that you're honest, and you have to also understand, just like I have about the divine masculine, that some of you all don't believe that they're clearing, as David said. They're doing their part. You might not see it, and they keep on showing me lily pads in a lot of the readings where it's like you don't know what's going on underneath the surface, and you don't. You don't have a clue as to knowing what is actually the divine masculine doing on you all's behalf. I don't have a clue what my DM is doing. The other day, I had talked to him, and I was like, if you need to talk to me about anything, let me know. And when I said that, I thought it was him. Lo and behold, my mom talked to me, and she said, I can tell you kind of moving around here. Some things that I don't think you 100% on in what you're doing. And when it came to long story short, it was like me going to college. I wasn't really 100% me going back to get what I'm doing. And so she's like, she told me, we're happy with whatever you do because you've accomplished a lot. And if you decide to stop right now, you can. But I can tell your spirit you're not happy. And I was like, I kept on pushing on it. So thank God the conversation, when I did end of it, I walked away. It's still a little uncertain on my end. But at the end of the day, it was just like right now, it was like she said, it's not something I need to pursue right now. At this point, so we'll see. I go flip flop behind that. Something a part of it, like one of the things said, you have to ask yourself again, and that's in my DM. My DM action is by I want to go ego. What about everybody else? What people pleasing? What about them looking and seeing about that? Hey, it looks good when you got that degree on the wall. That's the highest thing there. But at the same time, like mine said, what is that to achieve that if your heart is not 100% in it? So my point is again that some of the DMs, as far as what they're doing, I thought it was him, but it was actually me. And I said, okay, well, why you thought it was you? That you still was you that needed to talk. I needed to talk to somebody, and I'm thinking it was him, and it was just actually me, which is really still me. But it's still me. So. About that thing. And that's about several times that have happened on our journey. That is a lot of times that I thought it was him that was upset, and it was actually me. What does that also tell you? A lot of times when you're thinking it is the DM that's got the issue, it's really something that you need to say, stop. Let me ask myself, is this really, am I pushing this off on the DM, my other counterpart, or is it really something that I've got to actually deal with? Okay, and I know the divine feminists will watch it. That's a way I can get them in here as well, because they try to sneak this. No, that ain't me. No, that's over there. But again, how is it that we have been passed over? I got a living, like I said, this is experiential channel. I got a living, breathing example of showing me that what I thought was his was actually my issue. On that, we've gotten to the point, a lot of us, especially the new ones cannot understand why we are going through what we're going through with the DMs. You still have to understand this process. Understanding that a lot of the things that you're going through is things that is allowing you to work on yourself so you could be the highest form of, so you can be whole. Let's stop all of the extra stuff. So you can be whole with yourself. If you are really truly honest with yourself, and like I have, it said, it's some things that you still know that you've got to work on. Now, my fear is not to keep on saying I got to work on, and I'm getting myself down to the finite, and I'm missing the opportunity. And he's standing by the door saying, I was ready, but you keep on saying you ain't ready because you got to work on this. You ain't got to work on this. You got to work on this. Some things, when we get together, we have to work on together. Some things I'm going to be your teacher to work on that part. You keep on. A lot of times you try to say, well, I'm trying to work on these things myself, and I'll get the answer. I watching the court show, and the man was talking about that he had a drug, not drug, he was an alcoholic. And he was like, he went to the AA meetings, he did all of it. He's like, that stuff just don't work for me, and I'm trying to do that. Meanwhile, the lady suing his mother-in-law about something that went down with him and his son. And she said every time he called, he's inebriated, he's drunk. Okay, well, evidently you're not working on it. So evidently the strategies that you working on, that you think you work and you doing fine, that you don't need no help or no support from anybody, is not actually working. Because the lady says she's seeing every time you call, you're drunk. So now where does it get you? You got no kid that wants to be bothered with you on the show. And then she was saying he had bought the kid a car or something like that. And so then she was like, and he bought the car and he didn't even check it out. He was just so happy he had gotten the car for the child, but it didn't work and she had to put all this work and money into it. My thing is again, some of these things is that you cannot work on your own. You might need your twin to help you out, and that's why they trigger you. Or you might have to have other people in your soul family help you work it out. Or you might have to also have source. And when your source get on there to work it out, you're gonna be straight. you're gonna be flattened out, flat. Flat like a piece of paper. They show me a piece of paper that's wrinkled, and they say by the time we get to you, you're gonna be back as new. That's why in the month of November you hear a lot of people talk about, all readers, all types, saying that November is the time of restoring balance. How do you restore balance? Just like I said, that apple cider vinegar. When you get apple cider vinegar has that too. It's got all that settlements down at the bottom, all that good stuff. Hey, sugar. All that settlement and all that stuff down at the bottom, you got to shake it up. And in order for you to get all that good ingredients, that's what's going to happen. And so that's what it is. And then once you do that, you restore a balance to the ingredients. You got the right amount of distribution of whatever that sediment down at the bottom, that when you take a drink of it or whatever you pour it in, you got all of that in the equal portions of equal servings that you have. This is where we are. So yes, November is going to shake you up. If you have not done the practice, or you have not done the thing, this is the last round, but if you have not done your work of being able to settle yourself or be grounded when these things come, and you just make out just like the man at the at the dealership sign, they wanted them floating things that be floating. Shit, and then he comes back up, and then the wind come again, and you go down. You got to make it like him. Back up again in your actions. We gotta guess him. Okay, in your actions, you got to be there. Hey, sugar, see him. So in your actions, you got to be that way. You got to go. It's going to come. When's going to come? What does the Bible tell you? It's going to come, but it's not going to come nigh thee. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. So it's going to come, but it's not going to grow roots into it unless you do it. So in your actions, you've got to be grounded and rooted in that as far as what these things are going to come. And that's what they're trying to do. If you're not grounded and rooted in your actions, and you're not being authentic to yourself, being true to yourself, you're lying to yourself, I can do it, ain't nothing wrong with me, they sound like they say they gonna shake some shit up. It's going to get there until you learn. Special DM, some of you are divine masculine energies that are still hanging on to these karma situations, because again, just like me about the school, what about other people? That could be my karma. The school could be my karma. What about people? This is something I had wanted to, but now I'm looking at life and saying, hey, I done showed you a different path. That was back then, okay? But if we got you in a different way, who knows where it's going to come from, that title. Here, it might be get famous, and I might get honorary that title. Who knows where life is? Say, I finally got it. Say, no, and you didn't have to do what you thought you was going to have to do. We told you, you right, but you thought you was going to get it this way. And life said, I'm going to give it to you this way. Same way like the DMs, you all. Think, okay, I'm going to get this relationship in this person. And Spirit say, that's not the one I sent. Sorceress said, that's not the one I sent. I sent you this person. And he's like, well, I don't know how I can be this person, because they so totally opposite to me. And that. And so here. So again, with the divine feminines, I really want to say, those of you all that's watching this, is to really practice compassion. I'm going to try, and I'm going to, it's a video that I want to show a perspective of why the DM acts the way it does. Please make sure you go to David's Soul Mission video too. He talks about that as well, as far as why the divine masculine acts the way he does, why he's in running chaser mode, or he's in chaser mode. He explains that over there. And then I want to tag on into that and go a little deeper, because I like the psychology of it. Like, I link on to that with my DM. I like the psychology of it and tell you about that. Although Twin Fame All Stars is all against it with that. It's not about the damn psychology. It's about what's up in your soul. Well, okay, if my mind ain't right, how my soul gonna be straight? This all I want to know. How everything, is it well in my soul? 1717. How is it well in my soul if my mind ain't right? Again, so if the way the mind and psychology of it, and that to me, the mind and psychology goes much deeper than just the mind. It's the wisdom of it, it's the conscious of it, it's the subconscious, all of that stuff in turns in there. So I don't really see the separation in that, okay? Well, to me, they showing me it's like a branch. All of that stuff goes together. It's like roots turn backwards. They showing me. It all filters back. It's like branches in a tree. It's back into the trunk of it. The soul is the trunk. All this extra other stuff is the branches on the tree. So all of this comes down into the trunk together, what they showing me. And so how they gonna get the nourishment? How the branches gonna get nourishment? How's that? All this is a system together. You cannot separate one from the other. That is the main root. That's where you want to. How you gonna get to the trunk? You got them branches and everything else. The system works backwards and forwards. The trunk to the tree, the branches to the leaves, and vice versa. How you gonna get there? You got to deal with the spirit. You got to deal with the psychology. You got to deal with the mind. You got to deal with the physical. All the four bodies is all encompassing in part of that. So I don't really understand him talking about the separation of that. That's not the win in all, like you trying to get there in your mind. No, you can't do all that. Again, just like I say, and I solely still believe on this channel that, again, in order to have wholeness, you got to hit the whole three components. That's why I came up with the program. Stop. That's how Source came up with the program. And when I seen that, I said yes, because it hits all three. It hits your spirit, it hits your mind, it hits your body. All three of them things, even with Christ, the three things, the Trinity, all that stuff hits together in order for you to become what? The soul. That's it. So again, DMs in your actions. Again, if you are not willing to, and they're showing me a ledge, if you are not really willing to let go of that ledge and take that fool's journey and let go of it, your hand is getting, they showing me, slap out, getting slapped on that edge for you to go on ahead and just let it go. It is time. It is time. The new world is coming. 2021 is going to be way better than 2020 because I used the Bible to prophesy it. If you read the next Psalms, the Psalms 21st Psalms in there, it has that written there, that it's going to be better. Your 20 Psalms was something else if you know how to read it. But if you read that other one, it really tells you about what's going to happen as far as that. And next one says, I hear your cry. So 2021, Spirit Source says, I hear it, and it's going to be in the action. But this one, again, I told you, 20 was the vision. We thought, oh, we're going to be living the dream. No, I ain't saying you. I'm trying to get your eyesight together. I'm trying to get you together so you can see what the vision going to be when you go into 2021. I didn't ever tell you this was it. We all got it wrong. Me included. We all got it wrong. We thought it was the time of the vision. They said, no. And some of them weren't going to let us know. They tell you that. That's in the Bible too. They're not going to let us know. Source said, and the spiritual guy said, we was not going to let you know. That wasn't for you. Because first of all, they blow your mind. There's too much information. You could put it together even if you tried. Just like a diamond. It's so many facets. By the time you think, I see this side of it. And you look deeper, you say, oh my God, it's another side to the diamond. It's another reflection. It's another facet. There's another facet. There's another facet. That's another facet. Right there. So we don't have it all, but definitely we know, and that's what we're trying to get. Right now, we got to get real. We got to get real. And we are going to be restoring balance as well. So restoring balance in November looks totally, either it's getting the COVID together, or we going to be, again, as us twin flames is going, light workers going to be used to be able to make sure that we restore balance to what's happening in the world. We're going to be needed. We got to restore it. Now, how you going to be a light worker? I'm like Lauren here. How you going to be right when you ain't right within? How you going to be right and show to the others that you a light worker and you all over the place and you don't know what kind of actions you taking as a divine masculine energy is housed in a female or a male? That you ain't no way you do that. I'm like TDJ. So how you going to teach me about something that you ain't even experienced or you ain't even right? I know you, my kids tell me that. Well, how you do that? You ain't do it. I said, wait a second, I'm a duck. That ain't gonna work. But that ain't gonna work in the world neither. They're like, what? You human just like me. So what's the difference? I don't see no difference because you say you light worker and I'm looking at you. I don't see you living the life. So, you got to get right. You got to get right. You got to get right within so you can be able to do that, especially in your actions. Divine masculine energies is about the outside. How are you portraying on the outside? Are you together? Are you truly being your authentic, true self as a divine masculine? And this is where we are right now. So this is what this moon is bringing in, is a shakeup. It's got all these emotional things that's going to be coming up. Things that you don't know was coming up from anywhere. I know even with me, some things I was saying that I thought it was the DM, and I'm seeing that there, like I said, is me, not only in talking, but some things that I seen energy-wise, some things that we both got to deal, and I seen it expressed on his end, that I was like, okay, that's something that I know I suppressed, and I see it's stowed over there in the infinity sign, which he's dealing with, and I'm saying, okay, I'm about to snatch it back, and I'm about to deal with it myself, because that's enough on that one. And that's like I tell him, even with these energies going on too, Spirit, and even some of you all might have felt that as well. Some of the energies you may find yourself needing to throw back over there to the divine masculine energies, because you say this is not mine, but I also say this comes with a disclaimer as well. Watch and make sure that you're throwing over there truly isn't something that you just kind of just kicking over there like a kickback to them. And you really truly saying, okay, is this really, if I sit and I really be honest with myself, have I seen some of that stuff myself? And is that something that really is like something I have suppressed, or say I was going to deal right now, or I've been in a state of denial? Okay, because that's been the word of the day again on Divine Sunshine's universe. Again, just like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Denial and temporary. Those are the two main things. This way you're acting is temporary. We're trying to get to permanence. That's the word of the day the kids had too. About permanent thing, which is really being the authentic, true you. How you doing that? All right, then, as always, I see 2455. So, as always, just wanted to come on with that. I have my commercial come afterwards if you're interested in understanding the love letter for your divine counterpart. I would suggest you do that. And this is really the good time. Also, I forgot to state this, for healing. They brought that to me. If anything is coming up, childhood wounds, things of that, things that clearing. I've been doing a lot of chakra work, doing those things. Spirit has been leading me to do, talking to your ancestors, talking to your parents, clearing all that stuff. You feel like something instinctual, your intuition is leading you to actually do that, then do that. This is the time. Don't go by anybody saying, well, them things, doing Reiki clearing and chakra clearing and body cleansing and all this other stuff that everybody is offering. All my stuff is down, the recommendations is down below. You doing that? Because I don't do that. I do more so transformational. Like if I tell you what you need to clear and what things need to do, and Source gives me activities also to do. If you want to do that transformation, I recommend you to do that as well, to help you see what you need to work on while you transform yourself, so you can be able to create balance when you come in November. Please make sure you go to my divineunisource11.co and check that out too as well, to see how that can be able to help you. Okay. All right, then, as always. So this is your October. What's going on with the October 1st energies for the divine masculine energies, and I will post up what's happening with the divine feminine energies on the channel, okay, as well. All right, then, as always, on the divine divine matters of the heart channel. As always, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascended. Namaste, namago. Love you.